guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, today we are beginning to plant. We got some seeds, we got some flowers, and we got our onions and some loofahs as well. There's a lot to plant today. It is a wonderful day outside. We finally are no longer getting any frost, so we can do this planting. My onions have been hardening off outside as well as everything else that needs to be planted. And we're going to plant some companion flowers, some radishes, some carrots, some lettuce, just a few things to do well in some cooler weather. It's still not super warm yet, but these are some cool loving crops. But yeah, let's get started. First things first, we gotta make sure our bed is nice and wet where we're gonna be planting everything. You can't plant with dry soil. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, first I think I'm gonna go in with our onions. We have some sweet onions and some pink onions as well. Really excited to try them out. We're gonna be adding some fertilizer, some blood meal, some eggshell soil enhancer, and some of this plant starter with bone meal. I like to plant my onions about 4 per every square foot. So we're gonna dig those holes, get some fertilizer in there, and then we'll get to planting. Okay, now to get planting our onions. First I'm going to take them out of their little seed pot, and then I'm going to separate them because there's a few in each one of them, and then we're going to put them in our holes. As you can see, there are 2 onions in this one, so we're just going to gently break the roots apart. Ready, and there you go. See, super easy to pull apart. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest off camera. As all the sweet onions planted, now I'm gonna do the pink onions on this side. I had way more than I thought. But yeah, we're gonna put the pink ones on this side. Okay, that is all our pink onions planted. So we have our pink ones over here and our sweet onions over here. They're looking really, really good. Hopefully they should start sticking up again. And yeah. I'm going to go ahead and add our companion flowers to this. So I'm thinking I'll add some alyssum in each of the 4 corners and maybe some calendula along here or something. I'm just going to add a very tiny bit because this stuff spreads and gets really big. You just need to add a very little sprinkle on top. It does not need to be covered. It needs light to germinate. There we go. Perfect. We're just going to add a row of calendulas right along here. There we go. Just mix them around a little bit. Perfect. That's a little calendula growing already. I'm gonna go ahead and add radish seeds along right here along this line. I have this variety to try. The camera will focus. These French breakfast ones. So yeah, I'm just gonna add a row right along here because they do really good along the edges of beds. Okay, there we go. That's the radishes done. But at least I'm going to add a little bit of carrots right along here because I don't really have much room for them anywhere else. Keep in mind, I'm also not done planting in my other garden beds yet. And radishes and carrots do really well with lots of other different vegetables as well. So they're going to be planted in more beds. I also think there's room to maybe add some more carrots right along here. And as for the lettuce, I think that I'm probably not going to add anything in this bed because I think it's probably pretty full now. And I don't want it to get too overcrowded. But yeah, that is bed number 1 complete. We have our alyssum, our carrots, our radishes, a lot of onions. And if you didn't know what this is a strawberry plant. At least I'm hoping that it is. It's got a lot of different it's got a lot of different signs telling me that this is a strawberry plant. The 3 leaves, the fluffy things, the way it's growing. But we haven't seen any flowers yet. So we'll see if that ends up producing flowers or if there's some type of fake strawberry impersonator. But it is getting really, really big, so if it gets too much bigger, obviously I'll have to start trimming leaves away so it doesn't block the sunlight getting from my onions. Bed number 1 complete. The last thing that we have to do is add straw on top. Last year we had a big issue with me having to come out and water the garden 5 times a day because the soil was just not holding the water. So hopefully if we add some straw on top, that'll keep the moisture in the soil for longer. So let's go ahead and add that. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to soak your straw in some water before you put it onto the garden beds because it can be quite dry if you don't do it before. Okay, now we're going to be very careful when adding this straw on top to make sure I don't cover any of my onion seedlings, but we should be good. Let's start adding. I'm going to do not too thick of a layer, I can always add more in the future. I can barely see the onions doing here. Okay, that is one bucket empty. I'm gonna do the rest off camera. Okay, there we go. Bed number 1 is complete. We have our onions planted, our companion flowers planted, our radishes and our carrots, and then we have our straw on top, which is gonna help for weeds. It's gonna help for moisture, and really good to try it out this year and see if I like it. Last but not least, I am going to cover this bed back up, which is what these are for, these little green poles, with some mesh to make sure that no chickens are going to eat and scratch up everything, and no birdies are going to eat any strawberries. Okay, and there we go. That is covered. I'll do some tweaks to it to make it a little bit better. But now on to our little flowers we can do there, and our loofahs. One loofah is going here, one loofah is going here, and then this hyanthus, and whatever is going right here with my other hyanthus underneath here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and plant some marigold seeds along with these, because these are my potatoes. Look how big they are. They're doing amazing. And then I'm also going to add some mulch to this one as well. I already dug my holes and added my fertilizer. So these are what the loofahs look like. And let's go ahead and add them. There we go. Number 1 complete. On to number 2. Some pretty roots. And we will start to encourage it to climb up the trellis. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and plant our hyanthus. Whatever these 2 things are. So these are the 3 things that are in that planter, and we're gonna go ahead and put these right here where my other perennial flowers are. Gonna need to dig a pretty big hole. Might be better to use my hands on this one. Okay, go ahead and water that hole. Perfect. And it's gonna be pretty difficult to get the bulbs out of here. There's a bunch of rocks and things. It'd be best to just flip it on over. Wowee, look at that. Just gonna open this up. Whoa! Got that in there. You guys can see that. Now it is time to cover her back up along the edges. Alrighty, there we go. It does not look pretty this year, but next year it will bloom again and it'll look absolutely beautiful. Okay, now it is time to add our marigold seeds to our potatoes. I'm just gonna do it like about right in each corner, out of few. Marigolds are a really great companion flower for potatoes. Definitely recommend. Just a little water. On to the next corner. Cool. Sprinkle, cover, water. Next corner. Pull, sprinkle, cover, and water. Alrighty, and there we go. The last thing that we're going to do is go ahead and add our straw to the potatoes. Alrighty, there we go. Potatoes have straw in them. That was the last thing to do. Okay, you guys, that is all the planting complete. We got our onions planted, some flowers planted, some seeds, and we got some things strawed. And we got our loofahs planting. Everything's super exciting. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more garden planting coming up soon. We'll have to plant our tomatoes, our peppers, and some other flowers and things like that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!